Alright guys, let's say I have to calculate 637 is what percentage of 1470. Now, quickly observe that 10% is 147. So I'll write 10% as 147. So I need to set up a base from where I'll start my calculation. Now, 147 is very close to 150, and I can see 150 times 4 is around 600. Now, as this is less than 150, 147 times 4 will definitely be less than 600, hence this number. So my base to start shall be 40%. That is, I started with 40%, and I'll calculate 40% as double of 147 will give me 20%, double of which is going to give me 40%. Now, double of 147 will be 294, and double of 294 will give me 588 as my 40%. So I've got 588 as my 40%. Now, out of 637, I just got 588. Now I have to cover the rest, and rest is 37 plus 12. That is, I have to cover the rest 49. And I have to find out this 49 is what percentage of 1470. Now, actually see, before that we can figure it out as well that 10% of 1470 is 147. Half of which, that is 73 point something, is going to be 5%. So if I add 73 point something, we definitely will cross 637 because we need to just cover 49. So this is lying between 40 and 45%. We have just found it. It is lying between 40 and 45%. Agree? Now I'll move on to 1%. Now 1% is 14.7. So 1% is 14.7. Now, as I can see, 14 times 3 will be 42. 14.7 will be slightly close to 49. So I'll try that. I'll calculate 3% by multiplying 14.7 by 3. And I'll get my answer as 7 times 3 is 21, carries 2, 42. It will be 44.1 as my 3%. So I just got 3% again. And good thing is that I've just covered the 44.1 of 49 as well. Now, it'll be very good opportunity to see 3% as 44.1. If I do 1/10 of it, I'll get 0.3%. See, this will strike automatically as you keep on doing practice. Now, 0.3% will be 1/10 of this, which is 4.41. Agree? Now, if I add them up, I'll have 48.51. Great, which is very close to 49. So 3% has been 44.1. If I add another 0.3%, this will be 4.41, and this will be very close to the remaining 49 that I needed to obtain. So I can close it over here. I can count it over that. I've got to the percentage, and the percentage I've got is 43.3%. Now, at most, the answer will differ by 0.05 or 0.1%, which I believe is manageable. So I've got the answer as 43.33. Now, don't you worry about the large explanation that you have done or we have done this much. Most of this thing should go into your mind, should go inside your mind. This will be done in your mind. What you need to do is to write as minimum as possible. 40%, 3%, 0.3%. That's what you need to write, and you'll get to 43.33. Right? Now, let's take another example to elaborate. Okay. Let's take another example as, let's say I have to calculate 421 is what percentage of 2460. Let's say, let's say 421 is what percentage of 2460. This again can't be further reduced. So I'll take this fraction as it is. So this is the simplest form of the fraction which I'm working in. Now, let's see. 10% is 246. Now, if 10% is 246, if I do double of it, it'll be 480 something, isn't it? And my number which I'm targeting is 421, definitely less than 480. So this particular percentage, 421 is what percentage of 2460 will come out to be less than 20%, right? So let's try adding 5% to it as well. Now if I add 5% to it, it'll be 10%, 246, half of which will be 123. Now if I add, I'll get 15%, isn't it? Which is 369. Yes, I've got 15% as 369. So I'll just write it down over here. 15% is 369. Now, guys, with some practice, you will be able to get this 15% in your mind. You'll just see 10% as 246, half of which will be 123, 246 plus 123. With a slight bit of rough calculation, you'll be able to get to 15% of 369 within 2 or 3, maximum 5 seconds. Now, this is my base. Now, 369, I have reached up to 369 and I have to go up to 421. So what I need is another 31 to take it to 400 and then another 21, which will be, if I'm not wrong, 52, right? So I need to cover up another 52 and I have to find out what percentage is 52 of 2460. So let's see. Now is the time to use a 1%. Now 1% is, rough calculation, 1% is 24.6. Now see, 24.6, you'll automatically be able to see that 2% will be equal to 48 or rather 49.2. I'm so sorry for that. Yeah, I'll just cover it up. 2% will be 49.2. So I'll add it up. And rather, I'll not add it up. I'm so sorry. 2% is 49.2, which is very, very close to 52. So I'll just write another 2%. And I've got to 17% now. I'm so sorry. This is percentage. Yep. I've got to 17%. This is 49.2. So I've got 369 plus 49.2. Forget about it. You need not to add it again because you know that you have to go to 52 to reach to 421. So 2% will, another 2% will be 49.2. Now be careful because answer will be definitely 17 point something. Now 10% is 246, 1% is 24.6. If I add another 2.46, which will be, if I'm not wrong, 10%, 1% and 0.1%. If I add another 0.1%, this will come out to be, if I add another 2.46, I think in order to take 49.2 to 52, I need another 2.8 and 2.46 is very, very close to 2.8. So I can close the case over here now because the remaining part, which is around 0.4, will not make that a big difference over here. So I actually got to the answer as 17.1. Guys, trust me, this take much lesser time when you do it on your own with some practice than the time I'm taking to explain it to you. Because this will not be, this is slightly tough. So I had to explain a lot of things over here. When it goes into your mind, you don't say that much time. You don't consume that much of a time. So once you do it by yourself, it'll be at least 5 times faster than what is being done in this particular lecture. So let's take another final example and see. Let's take a real tough example this time, which is, let's say 1743 is what percentage of 4380, right? I'll take 1743 is what percentage of 4380. Again, can't be reduced down further. So I'll take it like this. Now 10% is 438. Now again, your comfort level of mathematics will be checked over here slightly, because 438, 400 into 4 would be 1600 and 38 into 4 will not make it cross 1743. See, allow me to explain. 10% is 438. Agree? Now, had it been 450, double of 450 is 900, double of which is 1800, which again is slightly greater than 1743. But I think if I make it to 438, if I keep it to 438, 4 times 438 will be 40%. 4 times 30 will be, I'm so sorry. See, 4 times 400 will be 1600. 4 times 30 will be equal to another 120 and 4 times 8 will be close to 1743. So my base to start with should be 40% over here. So I'll start with 40% over here. Who knows, if I'm lucky, my answer will be around 40% only. So let's calculate 40% of 4380. And if I just double it, it'll be 876. Doubling it will be 1600 and it'll give me around 6, 7. I'm so sorry, I'm not doubling it. I had to multiply it by 4. I'm so sorry about that. Now, 8 4s are 32, carry is 3. 4 3s are 12, and 3 is 15, carry is 1. And 4 4 16, 1752. Oh, it crossed 1743. So it will be better to come back from 40% because I've got 40% as slightly greater than 1743. And it's very, very close, isn't it? 1752 to 1743. I think it's just 9 lesser over here. So it'll be better to come back from 40%. If I come back from 40%, 10% is 438, 1% will be 43.8, and 0.1% is 4.3. See, 0.1% is 4.3. Now, remember, I need to come back by 9, and double of 4.3 will be very, very close to 9. So if I just double it, I'll get 0.2% as 8.6, isn't it? Now, if I come back 8.6, in a way I've come back 9 over here. So 40% minus 0.2% shall give me my answer. Sorry for this. This is 0.2% shall give me my answer, isn't it? And this will be equal to, I think, 39.8%. So you see, there's always a shortcut present. There's always something that you could do about the calculation. There will be always something which will be helping you. Because mathematics is vast. We cannot only rely on the statement that this is the only way in which we'll be able to do this kind of calculation. That will be entirely wrong. So with this note, we'll finish off this lecture and let's see what is our next agenda. I hope you like this one. Do a lot of practice in this because you need it. Once you do a lot of practice, these kind of calculation will also become very, very easy for you. So let's see what is our next agenda.